Hey there guys, welcome back to Danganronpa V3, Trial 5, Part 5. Monokuma does not know what to do. I'm actually really interested in what's going to come of this.
I can't answer that without causing problems, because I've got to run this trial fair and square.
Even more reason to give us the answer.
Yeah, saying you either do or do not know who the culprit is does not...
If you don't tell us the truth right now, you'll be an accomplice to Kokichi's lies. Does that sound like a fair game? Would you say this class trial is fair?
Well, again, Junko's 5th trial was also not fair.
Yeah, tell us. Is Kokichi the real mastermind or not?
No need to think about it. You're being way too forward, you know.
Aren't you normally the forward one? I mean, I don't mind, because that's probably part of your strategy, too. But in the interest of fairness, I suppose it's time to tell the truth.
Gosh darn it.
Unlike the lies you love so much, the truth should be impartial to everyone.
That's an interesting way of looking at it. I don't know that I necessarily agree, because you can definitely have a partial or a weighted truth as well.
And what is that truth?
I'm not being controlled by Kokichi, because he's not the mastermind.
God dang, Himeko's voice actor is having so much fun.
Is that really true?
I mean, Monokuma, for everything else he does not typically lie to us.
Kokichi was just messing with you. I never once said he was the mastermind.
Then it was all Kokichi's lie?
Yeah, that is what that would mean.
Monokuma's like, duh.
With the key from the last motive, he was the first to learn the truth of the outside world. Based on his deductions, he fabricated a lie to make you all think he was the mastermind.
I see. Kokichi's own deductions.
Deductions are my portfolio. Yeah, I kind of figured if someone goes out of their way to say they're not lying, then they usually are.
His deductions got a lot of details right, though. Pretty impressive, honestly.
But not everything.
But what about the exosols? If Kokichi wasn't the mastermind, how'd he control them so easily?
He just used Mew's remote control, right?
Oh, it wasn't from that, like, access card thing he got.
So the remote that Kokichi was using was made by Mew?
Interesting. That's extremely technologically impressive.
Oh, you didn't know? Mew not only invented the electro bomb and the electro hammer, she also made a remote control that can hijack any electronic device.
Does that include Kibo?
Kokichi just slapped a receiver on each of the exosols and took them for a spin.
Hey, isn't it a bit unfair to tell them all that?
You're not denying it then.
Fairness has nothing to do with it. I offered up that info purely out of spite.
Well, I mean, when you say that you, like, command someone and you don't, you can't expect them to be loyal to you.
Spite towards you for trying to usurp the mastermind's role and take over the game.
Well, whatever. It's way more interesting to defeat an enemy who plays dirty anyway.
How is telling the truth playing dirty? Kokichi has a very unusual idea.
What's going on? It seems like they're actually fighting.
Which is interesting if Kokichi is actually a remnant.
There's no doubt about it. Kokichi isn't the mastermind.
Are we just being dragged around by Kokichi's lies the whole time?
By the hair.
What were you trying to accomplish by pretending to be the mastermind, Kokichi?
Again, I think he was actually trying to just end the killing game.
Now you're gonna be all quiet? This is so frustrating.
Then if he's not the mastermind, who is?
Well, it's probably someone off stage.
Why are you so certain there's even a mastermind to begin with?
That's true, there wasn't in Danganronpa 2. Other than kind of everyone.
What do you mean?
Why, that's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know.
Wait, why do we think something is on a need-to-know basis? Himiko. The real mastermind's not good. Who could it be? I think it was Junko Inoshima, but that can't be it. She's dead. We've never come into contact with her. So, who planned the killing game?
Anyway, this conversation has flown off the rails. Let's get things back on track. This class trial is to figure out who the culprit is, not the mastermind.
Yes, trial number 6 will be to figure out the mastermind.
So, yeah, get to talking.
I agree. Before we worry about who the mastermind is or what my intent is, let's figure out the culprit!
We already established we can't do that.
But Monokuma doesn't know who it is. How is he supposed to confirm the results?
We don't need to worry about that. Let's just leave the decision-making to Monokuma.
That seems like a terrible idea.
But you gotta run the class trial too. So no mistakes, okay?
Are you trying to get me to do something?
You've been watching us solve all these cases, but you can't be a spectator anymore.
I mean, he can.
You're gonna participate in the class trial from here on out.
Wait, what? How?
So, let's resume this class trial. Monokuma, you gotta use your brain too.
This is so interesting and unexpected and such a, like, break in the routine.
This will be the final class trial. Me versus Monokuma.
There's always 6. I'm sure there's 6.
You versus Monokuma?
When I play a game, I intend to win. But what's considered winning in this game? Beating the other players? No. Beating the game's mastermind is the true game.
Interesting.
And that's how I'll win. That's why I decided to challenge Monokuma. If I can deceive Monokuma till the very end, then I'll be the winner.
That's a interesting. I've noticed a few times you can actually see him sitting in there too, or is that just the seat? I can't tell if there's a person in it or not.
You're dragging us around like this? Just so you can win a game?
Win the game, the killing game.
As I suspected, your thought process defies all logic.
Not all logic. There's some logic there.
But since the outside world was in total ruin, this game is the only entertainment we have. At least I can enjoy this game to the fullest and feel good winning.
You really are a remnant of despair. Your way of thinking is just chaotic.
Writhe in chaos. I thought he actually said that he was one of the ultimate despairs from Junko, so why does he not know that term?
Whatevs. Let's just get this started. If the students or Monokuma don't know who the culprit is, then I'm the winner.
Don't underestimate me, or Shuichi and the others for that matter.
Somehow we'll figure it out. What?
It's just like a remnant of despair to try to assume control of the game. But these kids are all that's left of Hope's Peak Academy.
This isn't you using your brain. This is you pawning off the thinking on me.
If you
Is
think they're gonna
Monokuma,
make this easy for
Kaito?
you better think again.
Whose side are you taking here?
Side? Isn't it obvious? Monokuma joins your party.
God damn it.
Who invited you?
Well, to be fair, whenever someone offers to join my party in any game, I always accept them no matter what.
Now, let's join forces and unravel the truth behind this case.
Well, we were going to do it anyway.
Let's just ignore Monokuma. His actions are always beyond comprehension.
Yes.
Yeah, let's just focus on the case.
Hey, be quiet. So we can ignore you.
Now, where should we start? We've already established what Kokichi is after.
He's just gonna keep talking anyway, isn't he?
I mean, we did kind of invite him to join. Well, more correctly,
In
Kokichi
my
invited him to join.
experience, whenever you learn a new fact, you learn something else along with it.
A new lie. Because they are two sides of the
let's look for
same
that.
coin. Or the same side of different coins, as the case may be.
You warmed up to him real fast. I guess you are both robots.
That's robophobic. So another truth comes out. That piece of evidence makes more sense now. evidence I couldn't wrap my head around. What? Well, I was just saying the fact that he didn't know who the culprit was. I actually don't know. I don't know where Kokichi's clothes fit into it.
This is it!
Okay, I'm at the verge of death, but
Let's discuss the video of Kaito being crushed by the hydraulic press. Kokichi said that he filmed that video to prove he was not the victim.
that's true.
But we know that Kokichi was trying to mislead Monokuma. So what about the video? It's pretty strange to present evidence that condemns you after all.
Then what kind of mistake was Kokichi trying to get me to make?
Was he trying to get you to choose a culprit at random?
Maybe he crushed Kaito with the hydraulic press, so the cause of death would be unknown?
But if that were the only objective, there would be no need to film it. Discovering the crushed body would have been enough. No need to show us the film.
That's true.
Okay. I still feel like that has been somehow doctored, and Monokuma confirmed it was not on any of the computers within the school.
I guess you're starting to fit in after all. If you get any cuter, I'm gonna hug you.
No, he's got claws.
Huh? Really?
There must be a reason you went out of your way to show us the body being crushed.
No reason, really. That's just my twisted personality.
No one believes you, Kokichi. Actually, that's been like your tagline. Kokichi Oma, no one believes him. If you wanted Monokuma to make a mistake, then showing us the video must have had something to do with trying to fool Monokuma. Taking the video of a murder but keeping the victim's identity hidden. What does it show and what doesn't it show? Damn it. I'm going to lose here. I have no idea. I mean, it doesn't show the culprit. Nope, it's not culprit. I knew. I was like, I have no idea. So it's not a C. Does it not show the victim? Yeah, okay. There we go. It's kind of funny, I got it instantly and with no mistakes after I died.
The victim.
Huh?
Yeah, what? I'm pretty sure we see Kaito very clearly in it. Is that even possible? That's a question for now. We know that...
If you show the moment of Kaito's death, of course it would lead us to believe he died.
You're not making any sense, Shuichi.
Even if we can't positively identify the body, we would still believe Kaito was the victim. That might be exactly the mistake Kokichi was going for.
But how does that even work if we know the video's not edited?
Does that mean the victims were switched?
Switched? Then it was some other dead body that got crushed by the hydraulic press?
But it looked exactly like Kaito.
Where would he even get another body?
There should be plenty to choose from if you reuse the body of a former victim.
If there was an unknown body, then we could guess the victim was switched. But too bad. Switching the victims was impossible.
I mean, based on the fact that we can plainly see it's Kaito, I agree.
The footage showed the body being crushed. When in the footage would they have been able to switch the victim? And we already established that the footage was not doctored in any way.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. I mean, if we didn't get to cut any out.
The camera doesn't have any editing functions. Just play, record, and pause.
Well, you could have recorded and then paused and then re-recorded after you switched the victim.
Monokuma also said that no computer was used to edit the footage. Remember?
Damn it! Me and my big mouth!
Which means switching out the victim would not be possible. Also, if the victim was switched, then that would mean Kaito is still alive. We already discussed this so many times. The chance of that happening is impossible.
It might be possible.
Interesting. What does Maki know? I mean, this is going in a very odd direction for me, and I'm just like...
Huh?
There could be a trick to make the switch possible. We just haven't noticed it yet.
I like how Maki is now living on hope.
Oh, and what trick is that? See? You don't know, do you? I already said it's impossible.
Maki's not wrong. There is a way it could be done. So we can't just give up here.
Hey, Shuichi. I'll think harder about this as well.
Thank you. Thank you for finally using your head instead of just calling me stupid.
So, can you confirm whether or not the victims switch places? If Kaito is alive or not?
Aw, Maki.
I don't like the thought that I killed Kaito.
Well, of course you don't.
I don't want that.
Okay then, let's talk about the possibility.
I love her hat so much. Her hat's awesome.
Himiko, if you call her that again.
What?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay.
Maki likes having friends. It's a new experience for her.
Then let's all talk it over together.
All right, let's do this. Don't try and to do everything you said. It's only gonna wear you out. When times are hard, you gotta rely on your friends.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Jeez, you guys are a stubborn bunch. There's no trick.
That's probably another lie.
But you don't know either.
However, if the victims were switched, then that would mean the footage was altered.
The pause function.
How could it have been altered when we know that the footage wasn't edited?
If we could figure that out, maybe we'd know how they switched places. I knew there was a trick to that video the whole time.
It's magic.
Kokichi made it, so it's 100% suspicious.
A trick to that video. What's suspicious about it? Okay.
There must be some trick to that video.
That's what you all gotta figure out.
There is no trick. You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
Did the placement of that camera seem suspicious to any of you? The filming angle seemed unnatural, don't you think?
The person in that video. Was it really Kaito?
Something seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press stopped for a brief moment.
Yes, I agree.
Could it be that the video was shot at another location?
Another look.
Any other bright ideas? Come on, everybody, speak up!
I feel like something that says something gives us a clue.
There must
Okay, so Kaito's coat. That doesn't move. But there is the fact that there's no blood that got on the coat at all. which is unusual.
Must be some trick to...
Okay. That's what I'm wondering, because shouldn't this communication and sensors, isn't the video camera itself a sensor?
that video.
That's what you all gotta figure out.
There is...
Alright, shot of the camera from the exisal shows the moment Kaito is crushed by the hydraulic press.
It's no trick.
So I
You can
think...
check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
Did the placement of that camera seem suspicious to any of you?
I was gonna say,
The filming angle seemed unnatural, don't you think?
The person in that video.
god dang it. Stupid things that get in the way.
Something's...
Because if he's in the exisal, how is he pressing the button?
Jason?
That's what you all gotta figure out.
No trick. Function in that camera.
Did the placement angle seemed unnatural, don't you think?
Person in
I
that
just
video.
hit that.
Something seems...
But it...
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Jason?
You all
Camera.
Filming angle seemed unnatural, don't you think?
You agree, right? You can't see things with that angle. But I don't know how that helps us.
Oh no!
I don't
Must be
know.
some trick to that video.
When the hydraulic press stopped for a brief moment.
Okay, there it is.
agree.
Yes, okay, because... But again, it's still communication, so it shouldn't necessarily stop the hydraulic press. I said that a long time ago.
Kibo's onto something. Isn't it weird that the hydraulic press stopped for a second? Because when Kibo and I first investigated that hydraulic press,
Yes, that's right. The hydraulic press kept lowering itself without stopping.
That okay, that's fair, that's fair.
but in the video,
The hydraulic press stopped briefly, right before it crushed the body?
Why is there a question mark? You can see the video as clearly as we can, Maki. Makaro.
But why would it stop?
Why not? Oh, it's one of these. Okay, I can do this. Oh, there are more colors? The world is a smorgasbord of color. Well, there's something there. Unfortunately, I'm not entirely sure what the answer is, so I can't... What even is that? What are you? I don't know what any of these are. I mean, like, that's the door panel. That's the... I guess it's this? I don't know what that other thing even is.
I see it.
But I got the right one. I guess that's what matters.
The only way to stop the hydraulic press is the force stop button.
An electro bomb went off in the hangar, which would have interfered with the safety function.
But only interferes with communications.
There'd be no way to stop the hydraulic press unless someone used the force stop button.
When you say someone, you mean Kokichi, right? He was the only one there.
Actually, maybe I pressed it by accident. I don't really remember.
Okay, sure.
So what of it? The press only stopped for like a sec. You can't switch the victim in such a short time, can you?
That's true.
There's also the question of how the bodies got switched while the camera was rolling.
The camera has a pause function.
That would have clearly been caught on camera.
Oh, I see. It wasn't just the press that stopped.
Huh? Huh? What do you mean?
If you stop something else at the same time you stop the hydraulic press,
Which is the camera. I see. That's how the bodies were switched. If you stop that, you can swap the bodies easily. Oh, another one? Okay. I guess I gotta get their mini games in while I can, right? Well, they definitely didn't stop the pipe. They stopped the video camera. They didn't stop the electro bomb either. At least I know what it is though this time. That makes a big difference, actually knowing what the hell they're showing me. Ah, there's the camera. Okay, so you change. Son of a 2. That's gonna be a lot of clearing.
I see it.
That was a ton of things to just chip away. Chippewa.
The culprit stopped the video camera at the same time as the hydraulic press. Then, while the camera was off, they switched the body under the hydraulic press.
Well, where'd they get the other bodies? But
After
big question.
The body was swapped, the press and the camera were started simultaneously. So it just looks like the press stopped for a moment.
Unfortunately, the arm is the exact same.
That's what I've been saying this whole time.
It is not, you liar.
When did you ever say that?
So they stopped at the same time. The camera position did seem odd to me. But now I get it. The trick wouldn't work unless it was set up there.
Huh? Why?
Because you can't do anything remotely.
To get the trick we just described to work, the camera had to be set up precisely.
Let's pin that down. Where was the camera set up? So there's that. So the camera had to be right there.
There!
Because you have to be able to hit both buttons.
The video camera must have been set up somewhere around here. To operate the press and the camera at the same time, you would have to be near the switch.
That's why the video was taken from that unnatural angle. If they were recording it like normal, they would have used a better angle.
And if it was recorded at such an odd angle, then that proves the trick was used.
I mean, it doesn't prove it, but
Camera angles, huh? Looks like your cosplayer experience is finally useful.
Hey, more useful than your fake magic experience.
Well, cosplay doesn't really come up all that much in class trials.
There was a reason the camera was set up there, but also a reason for the height.
Okay.
When the press was stopped, you couldn't really see who was inside it, correct? That was intentional. The body is mostly hidden by the press, making the swap easier.
The camera must have been placed at such a high position so it would produce that angle.
I wonder if they used that tripod in the hangar to adjust the camera's height.
Did they get that from the warehouse too? Jeez, that place is like a 4D pocket.
I know, you just put everything a murderer might need in there, didn't you, Monokuma?
You don't get to make that reference.
Then, that logic is correct, right?
I don't actually know what a 4D pocket is.
Kokichi used that video angle trick and switched the victim in the hydraulic press. In that case, Kaito is...
Before he was crushed by the press, he was swapped with a different body.
But yeah, would that be Kokichi's body? Because there have not been any indication there's other bodies lying around.
So Kaito's still alive.
Well, wait just a minute.
What? But I just summed it up so nicely.
Stop confusing my conclusion with your facts.
Himiko, the different body you mentioned, what are you talking about?
The bodies from the other cases. Kokichi's the mastermind, so he... Wait, the mastermind?
Yeah, Kokichi isn't the mastermind, so... I don't think he'd be able to produce a body to switch out.
Other than his own.
What?
Well, Monokuma, do the rules allow for a body to be reused?
Very well, I'll answer that.
Wait, you're on our side. Why are you acting so high and mighty all of a sudden?
You're giving in pretty easily.
Well, it's crucial information to make the trial fair. This discussion is pointless if it's not clear what the culprit was allowed to do, right?
You're a convenient mastermind, but I guess that makes defeating you worth my time.
Now then, regarding the reuse of a dead body. That is impossible! All the dead bodies have already been thrown away.
Thrown away?
Interesting.
The other bodies are... gone? Then who did Kaito switch places with?
The only thing I can think of is possibly a wax sculpture or Kokichi. Kokichi and Kaito were the only in the hangar at the time. They're the only ones present during the body swapping trick. The real victim was... yeah, Kokichi. Which is ironic, because that's what I said from the beginning. If it wasn't an odd old body, it could only be...
What's wrong, Shuichi? Who did Kaito switch places with?
Maki, I think I missed something very important here.
I'm actually really happy, because this is very similar to what I said happened at the beginning. I missed a ton of stuff about this trial, but this part I got right.
Something important?
By the time, there were only 2 people in the hangar at the time, which means that something had to be decided before. To pin that down, I can't let anything escape me this time. I'm like, victim culprit? It definitely seems to be victim. I went victim because it was the last 6-letter word I saw. And so there's a victim, and is it culprit? I don't see any C's. Victim helper? Whoops. What was that? Victim helped? It seems to be, well, not D. I need a P. Are you a P? And then I need an R. I didn't see an R that time. Victim helped? Probably helped, not helper. Okay, so I was close.
I can't believe I overlooked this.
What do you mean?
There were only 2 people in the hangar at the time the bodies were swapped. Which means they were working together.
Huh? Working together?
Yep, they were besties.
The only 2 people involved in the swap were the victim and the culprit. The culprit was operating the camera and the hydraulic press, while the victim lay inside. If they switched places while the press and the camera were stopped,
Why is Kokichi the pink one?
then the person who turned the camera and the press back on was the original victim. To put it simply, both people operated the press and camera at different times.
Okay.
An impossible trick, unless the victim and culprit agreed to cooperate beforehand.
Maybe Kaito was just drugged.
Culprit cooperated? Is that even possible?
It sounds bizarre, but perhaps that was the whole point.
I certainly wouldn't have ever thought of that, and didn't think of that.
That was so confusing. Even Monokuma would be tricked.
Jeez, this culprit's a real jerk. So, have you realized who done it yet?
Well, technically it's Kaito, which is ironic because that's the initial thing I said. The culprit of this case. My attackers have failed me, the culprit inside the exisal. It can only be them.
The apparent victim we saw in the video was Kaito, which means
Whoops, didn't mean to skip that.
Kokichi was operating the hydraulic press and camera at first. If the 2 of them switched while the press was stopped, then the culprit who started the hydraulic press again and crushed Kokichi must be Kaito.
Absolutely. So next time, we will probably have to play a rhythm game, we will make a comic strip, and we will possibly end the trial. Or we'll go to part 7, I'm not sure. One of those 2 things will definitely happen, though. Thank you very much for tuning in to everyone. I got another one right. Probably, maybe, I think. Does this even count as getting it right? Because I swear I missed like half the information. But my actual initial guess was correct. I'm sticking to that.